What's up, everybody? It's your favorite nerd who's lucky doesn't taste very well's favorite nerd, and today we are looking at the R2-D2 40th Anniversary Hasbro Star Wars Black Series Dagobah Deco of R2. Tyler L. found all of these for me and sent them my way. He lives in the promised land of toys, so I want to thank him. I forgot to thank him in the last video. I want to make sure I thank him in this one. I don't expect this review to take too terribly long, but I figured we'd look at it, we'd show off another diorama, talk about the deco and stuff, and then kind of keep it moving. But in order to do so, let's talk about accessories, which are namely these swap out options. So you can get the little antenna or the cover plate to cover down on it depending on what you want to do, and they just peg in to a hexagonal hole there and you're done. Gimmicks wise, we have quite a few things. We have all of these compartments that open up on both sides. I'm gonna need a tool. But we have this little armature here with the gold paint and the silver paint to the base, and then this little armature here with the kind of turquoise or teal, maybe, deco added there. And then we have the third leg, so to speak, that will come down. The problem with the third leg, among many, if we want to keep it a buck, but with this one in particular, is that this part of it has the heavy wash or dry brush. It's like a heavy-handed dry brush, and then this part does not, so it looks a little goofy. And let's talk about the figure. So the paint, and when I say the paint, I don't mean the messy, dirty look, but the paint underneath is really well done. The silver looks good, the blue looks good, the red looks good, the green in the back looks good, black and silver there, all of the blue and silver, like the little kind of copper. It all looks great. Then we get to the kind of messy paint job, which is hit or miss. So this looks like you can see the brush, like you can literally see the brush. They went, shh, you know, so that's not great. Here looks a little heavy-handed, and that looks a little bit more believable to me. This looks great. This looks great. You know, and they're going to be individual results varying because this is all done by hand. Back here is a wash. Look how clean it is back here. Like, it's inconsistent. The back is, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a whole lot of thought put into it. You can swivel the head a bit, but, you know, as you start to swivel the head, the leg starts to come down. So, like, if you want it over here, you've got to get, I guess, that leg out a little bit, which is, I mean, that's been a problem they've always had, but it's nonetheless irritating. The arms move back and forth on swivels. The ankles move back and forth on a hinge for both sides. Just kind of enough to get him in the three-wheel motion pose, so to speak. And I mean, if you want him to, you know, be doing something silly, you know, you can. But, you know, I mean, same business as before, right? It's just the paint, and unfortunately, the paint isn't great. It's kind of good from this view only. But when you start to get side views and, of course, the back view, it's going to fail you. And if you have the leg down, it's going to fail you as well. So not the best. I'll show you some size comparisons. We'll take a look at another new diorama, and then we'll get out of here. There he is with X-Wing Luke and Ghost Kenobi. You know, and he'll eventually go with my Dagobah Luke in a small setup. So there it is. And this is the Pisana diorama where I'm going to have, there's room, we've mapped it out, there are room for all of the Knights of Ren to be in there, you know, and then that'll be kind of a complete shelf. And I'll show you the background and stuff. Not bad. Turned out alright. The rock work turned out pretty well. Final thoughts wise, let's talk about the negative. The big glaring negative for me is that they didn't apply that same paint to that third leg, and the problem with that is that it just looks absurd if you try to utilize it. It's just like, it just doesn't look right. It's like this one clean piece, so to speak. And I mean, the dry brushing in general in some places looks a little messy. Some places it looks better than others, right? Like, it looks good on the body, it looks bad on the head, it looks bad on some parts of the arms. It's, you know, it's not too much on the back, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just not a full effort here, which is a bummer because I feel like they've been putting more effort than ever into these things recently, and this one just seems half. Look, you want the positives? It's really one. It looks really good on the vintage card. So if you're going to keep it in box, I can recommend it. If you're not going to keep it in box, you can do this yourself and probably do a better version if you have an R2 already, or you have multiple R2s, or you get one cheap on the secondary market. The best thing about this figure is the packaging it comes in. And when you remove the packaging, all of the flaws start to become immediately apparent. So it's not a recommend from me. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.